Hey, so welcome to our presentation of our project hospital management system. We are really excited to take you through it, and I hope you're excited to listen to it as we were to build it. Going through the order of our files, we have a couple here. As you can see my screen, we have our appointment cpp.h files, our exceptions.cpp.h, our medical staff.cpp and .h file, our patient.cpp.h file, and our procedure.cpp and h file. You can see that the way that we designed our project is that each project not only has its header, but its accompanying implementation in its CPP file. So let's jump right in and let's get started and talk about our patient file. So I'm going to code patient.cpp and patient.h. Let's see if both of them pop up. Awesome. So of course, the first thing that I was showing you was our main file, and we're including a bunch of our headers within it. That way we can simply call them into our main function. But starting out with our patient is one of our central pieces in our files. We'll start out with the header one first. So the patient.h, this file serves as the declaration file for our patient class. It includes necessary header files such as IOStream, string, and others. Within this file, we declare member variables representing patient information such as name. Maybe I can minimize this for you, make it a bit easier. Such as name, gender, etc. Additionally, member functions such as constructors, destructors, accessors, setters, and other member functions are declared here. We also include a for declaration of the appointment class to avoid circular dependencies. So you can see that right here. You can see the constructor, the destructor. You also see our getters and setters. And in general, a lot of our header files are built in a similar fashion. So moving on, in our patient.cp file, now this one's relatively interesting. We define the constructor. So before we declared it, now we're defining it, as well as accessor setters to get and set patient attributes. Member functions like display info, add appointment, display appointments, and search by ID are also implemented within this file. Together, these files define the behavior and properties of the patient class with its patient.cpp, providing implementation details for the functions declared in patient H. So again, we declare the functions in patient.h, and within patient CPP, we provide those beautiful, lovely implementation details. So we're just going on, and you can sort of see this is a cool one. This is what displays the info. We're calling it within our main function. Maybe we'll show that a bit later, but let's speed up through this so it doesn't go over 10 minutes. You know what? Maybe we'll jump onto our appointment. I like appointments. Appointments are great. And in general, you can see that the way we're building our files is what would an actual hospital management system have? Well, you probably want to talk about patients. You probably want to have appointments. You probably want to book appointments for your patients. So in our H file, as you can see here, it contains declarations of our appointment class. So it includes cool member variables such as patient name, ID, medical staff, time, procedures, cancellation status are also declared here. Just like everything else, constructors, destructors, accessors, setters, they're all declared for managing appointment information. We have functions that are appointment schedule. Let me just slow roll this for you. Appointment schedule, cancel appointment, and appointment cancel. So a little bit of the same thing here, but whatever gets the job done gets it done. Awesome. So now let's jump into our medical code here. Medical this, medical that. And I'm just going to touch on briefly, say a couple words here about it. So let's talk about these member variables. So constructors, destructors, again, we have that as well. What's interesting here is we have implementations for the medical staff. So think about the doctors and nurse. Those are the main two that we have functionality for. Additionally, the medical staff manager class implementation includes static methods to assign and find medical staff based on their specialization. So what's cool is you'll be able to see later using our procedures that each doctor and nurse has its own specialization. And once you click their specialization, they'll have their own procedures that they can use with them. So with that being said, let's jump into procedures. How are we doing on time? Oh, time is great. Awesome. So we have here our .h file. Again, constructors, destructors, don't mind the news there. And here, this one includes a function initialize procedure list in our .h file. Let's see if we still have it. Oh, we might have got rid of that one. But do I have it? Here's where the magic happens. So what's really cool about a procedure list is we use a nested map function, and in it you can see the doctor, you can see a specialty, and then you can also see its procedures. And we found that this data structure, this container, really helped expose and utilize this procedure within our main UI function. So that really helped our program just be more, how you say, modular. So if we jump into exceptions, and sorry, I'm rushing through this, trying to get it to 10 minutes. So in our exceptions, what's fun about playing with the UI is you just play with it, see where the exceptions go, and then we end up building our exceptions within our header file. So again, we're defining our logic in here. We handle errors by throwing appropriate exceptions and displaying the error messages. Additionally, we provide confirmation prompts for validating user inputs. Overall, these fields help ensure robust error handling and reliability. So this is our implementation file, implementing all of our functions. Here's where we declared them. Very awesome. Very cool stuff. Now we can finally get to the action, the meat and potatoes of our project, the part where we're just so pumped and excited to talk about. This is our main function. This is what handles our UI and integrates all of our other files. So in the top, you can see we include all of the necessary standard libraries, IOStream, vectors, some more of those data structures, and then also our headers for our user-defined classes. So all of these ones right here, we declare our function prototypes for functions defined. We define functions such as display menu. You can see here. Let's exit that. Sorry, where was I? Yeah, display menu that interacts with other modules to perform tasks like adding patients, schedule appointments, and displaying information within our actual main function. You can see this user input. This is a cool one here. Modularization. So our code is well structured and modular with functionalities separated in different modules. So as we're building out, we're all building different functions and modules, and they're all integrating with each other. And we found that really having those 4 declarations helped because we didn't want too many circular dependencies. Doing that ended up making it easier for all of us to work on pieces together and integrate it in the end, which is all really cool. So we have a big object-oriented design. That's the strategy we wanted to use. We leverage object-oriented principles by defining classes like patient, appointment, medical staff, and really encapsulating the data and behavior within these classes. So that promotes clarity, encapsulation, and code reuse. So yeah, the getters and setters wherever we could really helps protect that data and have encapsulated well. Input validation, so user inputs are validated using the exception handling we talked about earlier. Custom validation functions like isValid appointment time format. This ensures that data integrity and prevents invalid endpoints, enhancing reliability. So our STL integration, we utilize standard libraries, containers like lists. I think you can see lists all through it. We also, talk about it up here. And vector, I think we talked about it here. This leverages functionality provided by the standard library. This improves our efficiency and reliability. We also like to use memory management within our code, so you'll see unique pointers all throughout This, of course, helps us not to have memory leakage and improves and ensures proper memory management. So, we're initiating objects all the time, we're deleting it. We want to make sure that we're deleting it in a way that we don't have memory leaks. So, as we're at 10 minutes, now we can hop on to the main event, the main course, if you will, and we are going to compile our code live in front of a live audience. This is very dangerous. I wouldn't recommend this, but if you want the biscuit, you have to risk it sometimes. So we're compiling our code. We're using a G++ compiler. We're in Visual Studio Code for this one. That's not good. And here it is our hospital management system, our UI. So we do have 8 options here. You can see very similar to our labs. We used, display menu. We're switching through cases. We're using while loops for a lot of our error handling, try catches for a lot of our error handling. And let's just try it. Let's just go through it. Let's add a patient. So one here, patient 6 digits, 333, 444. Name, Errol, the best name in the world. Age, I'm not a day over 21. Gender, male. Address, Seneca Boulevard. Phone number, 111-222-3333. Urgent, it's always urgent when it's me. Patient's department, Seneca. I'm an inpatient, outpatient. Let's just put 0. And look at that, patient added successfully. Now we're going to display all patients with 3. And look at that. Isn't that amazing? You can see Errol's in the system. Awesome. So now that I know he's in the system, could I search for his ID? Well, let's try. Was his ID 2? That's an invalid argument. Has to be an 6-digit number. Okay, cool. Let's try. This is a 6-digit number. Let's try this. Not found. Wait, that's not found? All right, let's try his ID here. And awesome, we found it. So robust error handling was one of our priorities, one of the things that we thought was super important. So that's the top 3. Again, we have scheduling appointment, rescheduling, canceling, and display booked. Those are all other options that we can go through as well. But in general, that's our UI. We were super amped to do it. It was a lot of fun putting it in GitHub. Hopefully you have as much fun using it as we did building it. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to email Miles, Olivia, Joseph, or myself, Errol, and we can help you get your hospital management system off the ground. Awesome. Thanks for listening to our presentation. Just a bit over 10 minutes, but we're having so much fun. Who was looking at the time? See you next time.